It's your host Ludo M, and this is Open Minds Create Powerful Content podcast. This is our season 2, episode 1, which we are doing just now. And there's a lot of things to talk about actually. And it's a new year. Yeah, the year is still new. It's 2021 February, and a lot of things have been happening currently within the short space of time that we've been into. And there are a few things that I'd like to talk about. For instance, before I talk about things, I've been trying to get more listeners to the channel, to listen, and just people to enjoy the podcast and listen to it. You can get it for free from everywhere. I've been trying, and I won't stop till I get a lot of people who's gonna listen to the podcast. But enough about that. And there's just a lot of stuff to talk about. But the first thing that I'd like to touch or talk about is mental health, which in the black community we barely speak about. It's like we don't go to no psychologist, we don't talk about that shit because it's anti-black, but inside we're dying because we carry so much hate, we carry so much weight that we don't even realize that we are hurting. And when we start hurting, we start to change our behavior and act greedy in such a way that we lose ourselves in the process of trying to heal. But we heal in such a way that we are forgetting what hurt us in the first place. So what makes that is simple. It's not simple as simple, but I'll try to explain. There's a conscious mind, your conscious mind, and unconscious mind, and subconscious, which is like asleep or waking up at the same time. So your conscious mind is like you, as you're listening to this now, you're conscious. So the small things that you do, that you keep on doing, keep on adding up. It's like your brain is a program, right? So they keep on adding up, they keep on adding up, they keep on adding up, they keep on adding up. And then it becomes a routine. It's a program. So it becomes a routine. So even if you're not thinking about something or you don't want to do it anymore, your brain knows at a certain time I do this, so I have to do it. That's why people crave things. That's why people crave for smoking, for cigarettes, for marijuana, weed, for alcohol. Their brains get used. It becomes a schedule in their head. So now it's 8 o'clock in the morning, you smoke. It's 12 o'clock, you smoke a cigarette. And it's 3 o'clock, you smoke. 6 o'clock, you smoke. 9 o'clock, you smoke. And then you repeat that same thing. You repeat and you repeat over and over again. And then your brain gets used to that. Your unconscious mind, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind. These three brains of yours get used to that without you even knowing. So if you usually smoke at 8 in the morning, you don't smoke it exactly at 8, your brain is going to tell you, bruh, you need to smoke. And you can't do anything because your brain knows it's a routine. You got used to it. So then if you try to reprogram that, which takes some time to do, but is very, very possible. You can even control your sleep, what you dream, how you dream. And that's the difference between a lot of people and a small portion of people. It's just in the thinking and how they execute their thinking and how they go about their plans or their day. It's unlike anything usual or that any ordinary person will think about doing, especially us black people. We don't like things that We don't like to feel threatened about something. That's the thing. We don't like to feel threatened. And I'll make you an example about black parents to their kids. No matter how a black parent, no matter how wrong a black parent is to their kids, when it comes to admitting, they won't do that shit. They won't. Because they feel threatened that no, this is my child. And he cannot be right, I cannot be wrong. So he has to be wrong, or she has to be wrong. And then when they start to realize that they were wrong, they're gonna start offering you things. Like, did you see there's some food, nice food that you like in the fridge? Check something in the microwave. Oh, here's $5. Go buy yourself airtime or data. They start to be nice, but they never be verbal and tell you that, okay, my child, I was wrong about this and this and this and this, and I'm sorry, it won't happen again. No, they don't do that. They're gonna start offering you shit. Like, did you eat it's your favorite steak today, so you take mine if you don't mind. That's how they apologize, because they don't want to feel threatened. That's the thing. They don't want to feel the pressure, at which they do, even when they realize that they were wrong. But still, they don't want to, which is like a bit crazy when you think about it. And black dads are another thing, just another thing. They don't tell their kids that they love them, especially boys. Their kids which are boys, they don't do that. Telling their kids that, son, I love you. No, they don't. This, like, even when they try to be nice to their kids, there's that thing that, oh, motherfucker, I can't let you be soft, And I guess they're trying to protect their kids to become strong. But we all feel emotions, that's the thing. But regardless of your gender, and some people are much more emotionally intelligent than others, and some are less emotionally intelligent, which suffer more pain and traumas. But everyone feels pain. Everyone like get hurt sometimes. We get overthrown by emotions, and at the time that you get overthrown by emotions, it's either you're in a fight or you just feel uncomfortable about something. I wouldn't advise you to talk at that moment, because you might say things that you might regret the next minute or the next day. Because when someone is emotional or when they're angry, they say things they wouldn't say in their right minds, can say. And not that they say wrong things, they say right things, but that might really, really hurt the other person, which they are in a disagreement with. And it might end up bad. So don't react when you're angry or mad. Don't do nothing. Don't beat up people, don't stab people, don't shoot people, don't shout at people. Just let them be, leave them. Because you might do something that you might regret. Try to control your emotions. And that's the best thing that you can do. You might look foolish or gaily if you are a boy, or soft, or be called gay, or just all of the shit that they would say to you. That you're a punk, you're weak, you're a loser. Let them call you those names. You are not that. You're just avoiding serious things that might happen. You hit a person, they call cops on you, get arrested for just shit, for not controlling your emotions. Now you're in prison for just not controlling your emotions, because you were not allowed to be a punk, or you didn't want to be called a punk. What the fuck? What if you're a punk? You're not in jail. you're still chasing your dreams anyways. So I think there's a lot of misconception around mental health, that when you start to open up in the black community about mental health, it's like you saying people are crazy or people are insane and they don't realize it. But mental health is like, okay, your body is okay, you are healthy, you eat good, but you are feeding your brain shit. The things that you think, the music that you listen to is shit, basically. It's just shit. So yeah, your body is okay, you gain muscle and you eat, you're a vegan, you're a vegetarian, or you just eat normal. But you're feeding your brain shit. You don't meditate, you don't... And another thing, listening to low quality music makes you think low quality things. That's just... It's true. It's true. Even if you don't believe it, but it's true. And you can try to Google. That might help you too. But a lot of things, we don't notice them. And now, at the moment, we are so focused on trying to build wealth that we never had or that we never seen, some of us. Most of us, I can say. And we are trying to build that wealth through education, going to college, going to university, or being entrepreneurs, starting businesses, and just working and doing things that you love, like art and being presenters, radio presenters and TV presenters, and becoming graduates, teachers, doctors, and becoming DJ, artists, musicians, all those things, because we are chasing money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But even when we do have money, like that we have acquired wealth, we are not used to it. And you cannot manage something that you're not used to it and that you've never been thought about. They don't teach you in high school or in junior or in college or in university about money. Oh, they might tell you, oh, they'll teach you this, they'll teach you this. They'll tell you if you save up for about 20 years with the interest off, you might end up having this much money. They will tell you that. Saving. That's not growing wealth. You save, motherfucker, you save. Wealth is built through investment. You invest to have wealth. And the thing about investment is, when you invest, it's not like you have to invest in the stock market, cryptocurrencies, or forex, or indices. No. Investment is simple. You buy a piece of land for 5,000 rands, okay? And then after a year or two, you build flats, and then people rent those, and then you get money. That's an investment, and it doesn't depreciate. It appreciates, meaning year after year, you actually get more money than the previous year. It doesn't depreciate. So when something depreciates, it's like you buy a car. You buy a car today, it's 800,000, and then you crash. You fix it, you sell it. You won't sell it with that much money that you bought it with. No, it has depreciated. The moment it leaves the dealer, it loses its value. But with land and houses and building, it's a different thing. So you can buy land literally today and sell land tomorrow with another price tag that is so different from the one that you bought it with. And if people understand that most of millionaires and billionaires own property, they are in proper investment, which, in the hood you know nothing about. What you know is that get a job, you buy a polo, and you drink Hennessy, and what else? And you wear just a roll, and you just live life. That's what you're gonna do for the rest of your life, I think, or until you're 45, and then you start, I should have invested, I'm gonna retire at 65 or something. And I don't think that makes sense to anyone. But I gotta rephrase that. It makes sense to a lot of people, but to me it doesn't. And I know there are people that doesn't make sense to them too, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't. You go to university for 4 years, you complete your degree. If you're lucky enough in South Africa, you get your internship, which is roughly a year, and then you get that experience that they want. So now you are ready for employment. You are a junior or whatever you're doing, or you're doing stats, Bachelor of Science in Statistics. We're doing that. So now you got a job at the bank, after your internship at the same bank. So you work there for 5, 10 years, 15 years. The first 2 years that you're working, I'm gonna fix my room, or I'm gonna rent a flat, right? You rent a flat, it's 8,000, 6,500. Oh no, 8,000 kanye. Okay, 8,500, right? And then in few months' time, you decide that you're gonna go to another bank. You talk with the bankers, you want a car. So they tell you that, okay, it's gonna be 9,000 a month for 7 years. And then you agree, you buy a Mercedes Benz, on credit. Yeah, that's what they call it. You buy it on credit. And you decide to have a bond. You decide to buy a house on credit. And it's a bond of it takes 20 years to repay that amount. So let's say you're paying 11,000 for 20 years. How much is that for 20 years? You're paying that shit, your daddy take it. Which doesn't make sense. If you buy just land, you buy land and then build your mansion. If you want to build your mansion, just live a life that's reasonable. But people don't want reasonable things, and they don't want to be advised on how they should spend their money or do things, because in their minds they have that thing that I don't know what to call it, that I worked hard to get where I am, and I'm not gonna let anyone that is below my living standards tell me otherwise. Meaning, if you got a degree, you are a chartered accountant, and you're talking to me, I have matric, right? And I try to advise you that, man, instead of you saving this much money, why don't you try to invest this money in such a way, or that you buy shares? You search startup companies, and then you buy shares. After 5 years, maybe those companies would have been big, and you would have made a lot of profit from there over that period of 5 years. Why don't you do that? So in that person's head, it's gonna be like insulting them in such a way that they spend 4 years of their lives studying in an university, in an institution, learning institution, that now that they have acquired whatever they've acquired, now someone that is below their living standard is telling them that they should do things the other way with their qualification. And people don't like that. And I'm referring to black people. All my people don't like that. They don't like to be told. Some listen, but some don't. More especially the older generation. They don't listen, those ones. They don't listen. Now, sometimes or here at home, I get asked a lot. So what are you gonna do if the university thing doesn't work out or you don't get a job? And I tell them like, I'm a forex trader. I trade forex. This is like a 4th year that I've been doing that, and they always tell me that it's not real. You can't be on your phone whole day and expect to make money, or you're on your PC, your laptop, and then you're telling us that you're making money. Didn't graduate. You don't wear a suit. You don't have an office. You're not a doctor. You are not a nurse. You are not a teacher. But you're telling us that you can make money from your phone. It's not possible. Then I happen to buy things and I bring things home, and they change a bit, like, oh, this thing of yours is really paying you off, right? And I'm like, yeah. They like, okay, it's fine, but you gotta go to school. And it's not like I dispute that. I understand, like, they are the other generation. They were born in 1930s, 1940s. So they don't know about the stock market. And even when I try to explain to them that, oh, there's a rand, there's this. Or for instance, a USD ZAR, which is like the United States dollar against South African rand, which is a currency pair for it. You tell them that, oh, I bought rand. They're gonna ask you, how can you buy money? Oh, you tell them I sold rand. They'll tell you, no, you can't. You can't buy money, you can't sell money. You are not the government. But then it's our duty to educate our people. It's our duty to make people aware of the things that they are not aware of. Because the more we keep information to ourselves, we think that we are becoming the machines, or the Albert Einstein, whatever this name is, Albert Einstein. We think our IQ increases in some way, but it actually doesn't. If you keep information to yourself, you're okay. It might help you in a short run, but the more you teach people what you know, the more you know it. It's that simple. Teach people what you know. Teach them what you know, and you're gonna be better. It's a simple principle, and I think that's how the universe works. The universe is it's a pattern that when you try to understand it, you get it for a moment, then it switches, but then you get these same lines, same patterns, and then you start to understand that, oh, okay, there's nothing that is meant to happen in your will. No. At the same time, you get what you give.